Welcome, dear viewers, to Rosenbauer's Online Product Days. In this webinar, we will introduce you to a new municipal vehicle, the CT Frame. It represents lightness, compactness, and maneuverability. It is also very space efficient. To tell us more about it, I have Global Product Manager Peter Hutterer with me. Hello, Peter. Hello, Clemens. How are you? Peter will tell you about this vehicle in some detail. The floor is yours, Peter. Hello to you as well, dear viewers. I'd like to start with a short video about the CT Frame. Hello there. My name is Peter Hutterer, and I am the Global Product Manager for Municipal Vehicles at Rosenbauer. Today I'm standing in front of our brand new CT Frame, and that is what this video is about. CT stands for Compact Technology. In a nutshell, this means that we optimize how we use the available space. The CT Frame has very few transverse panels and is fitted with full-length roller shutters that reach all the way down to the floor. This makes all the compartments easy to access and safe to operate. Plus, when you arrive at the scene, one push of a button will open all the shutters simultaneously. Of course, we've also equipped the CT Frame with the latest lighting technology. LED strips in the roof gallery, at the rear, and in the compartments provide optimal visibility at all times, inside, outside, and around the vehicle. And last but not least, the CT Frame features the latest logic control system that makes all the systems easy to operate and monitor. We've also installed a large high-resolution display screen, just like we did in the AT. Alright, so that was our brief tour of the CT Frame. Well, as you may have guessed, the man in the video was me. I would like to talk about the magic word that I just mentioned in the video: compact technology. Compact technology combines state-of-the-art technologies on the one hand with compact dimensions on the other. Firefighting vehicles in this product group are ideally suited for operations in narrow alleys, in tight parking areas, in narrow tunnels, and with low clearances. We are able to realize vehicle widths of less than 2.1 meters and vehicle heights of less than 2.8 meters, of course, depending on the chassis and body variant. Let's leave the technological aspect for a minute to focus on the product. Compact technology provides the basis for Rosenbauer's lightweight, powerful, and extremely flexible municipal vehicle with a large capacity superstructure, the CT Frame. The CT Frame is the all-rounder in Rosenbauer's lightweight class. We're talking about vehicles between 5 and 14 tons. It's primarily the following points that make the CT Frame so special. By eliminating the conventional subframe, the vehicle can be built low and very easily. Due to the low removal heights, no step-on flaps are necessary. This allows the installation of one-piece roller shutters all the way down. These shutters ensure safety and at the same time, comfort, even in the tightest spaces. The shutters are optionally available in an electric version. It can be operated conveniently at the push of a button from the driver's cab. The concept is not completely new, but it has evolved. The CT Frame is currently in its second generation. In the course of the generation change, the name was also changed from CL Aufbau to CT Frame. The first generation was launched in 2004. And to date, about 1,100 vehicles have been sold. The sales launch of the new generation was in November 2020. The miracle of compact technology is accomplished in a small town in Lower Austria. The Rosenbauer plant in Niedling, near St. Pölten, develops and produces vehicles for the entire CT product group. The vehicles are designed, tested, and manufactured with cutting-edge industrial methods. A total of about 200 CT frame vehicles are currently manufactured annually. Compact technology has already left its global footprint. To date, the CT frame, and here we also include its predecessor, the CL Aufbau, has been sold in 27 countries around the world. Core markets are definitely Austria, Germany, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. However, the CT frame is also highly appreciated in markets such as China, Great Britain, Italy, Singapore, in the Arab world, and the Philippines. Enough facts about the vehicle. As a product manager, it is especially close to my heart to tell you more about the product itself. The CT frame is not only pretty to look at, it is also extremely practical to use. The lightweight and space-saving sandwich construction allows for a torsion-resistant structure with low material thickness. The design itself allows for a structure with only a few internal longitude and transverse walls. Thanks to the integrated double cabin, the roof is flat and without physical interruptions. Taken together, these two aspects ensure maximum loading volume, maximum safety, and at the same time, the highest possible comfort, both in the vehicle body and on the body. Let's move on to another technical highlight, a literal highlight at that, the LED lighting concept. Up to 3 high-performance LED strips, each with 1650 lumen per meter, in the roof gallery and at the rear, always ensure the best visibility around the vehicle. The equipment compartments are illuminated by 800 lumen per meter, a standard from above, optionally also from both sides. All LED strips, those in the roof gallery and rear, as well as those in the equipment compartments, produce a bright, glare-free light that avoids shadowing, ideal for firefighters who need to see exactly where they are reaching. The luminous combination rear lamps ensure greater safety through visibility. They are available exclusively from Rosenbauer and are used in every vehicle in the Municipal series. Brand recognition is guaranteed. The heart of every firefighting vehicle is, of course, its firefighting technology. So why don't we look at the CT frame's pump systems? The CT frame usually features firefighting centrifugal pumps with 2,500 or 3,500 liters per minute at 10 bar, both in the normal pressure versions and in the combined normal/high pressure versions. For small vehicles, Rosenbauer's N10 or H5 pumps are also available. The highlight of the CT frame is certainly the stainless steel design of the N/NH35. The pump not only looks extremely classy, but offers advantages in terms of corrosion resistance, sturdiness, and elongation. There have also been a lot of changes in the foam proportioning systems. Of course, the CT frame also benefits from the latest innovations by Rosenbauer. With the new RFC Admix Variomatic, a multi-channel foam proportioning system is available for the first time in sizes ranging from 12 to 48 liters per minute. In addition, the CT frame benefits from the new FixMix 2.0, which can be operated either manually or electronically. Even a continuously variable proportioning rate is possible. One face to the customer. This can be experienced most clearly in the pump room, on the pump system itself, and in the handling. After all, it should not make much difference to the user whether he or she is operating Rosenbauer pump system in the CT frame, the AT, or the MT Municipal. Speaking of handling, our colleagues from the Electronics Development Department have created a real masterpiece. The CT frame has a high-resolution 10-inch display with 1280 by 800 pixels in the driver's cabin, as well as in the pump room. The viewing angle of 85 degrees from all directions allows optimal reading from almost any position. The day-night switchover helps the screen to adapt to external light conditions. If desired, the display is also touch-enabled. The operation is very much orientated toward symbols and graphic representations. This makes it even more intuitive. There is one underlying operating concept and one uniform design language for all the series of the municipal product family, so that you can always find your way around it. If you want to know more about the operating concept, please check out Severin Weissmuller's webinar on the logic control system. And hooray! The central water supply has now made it into the CT frame. It always allows the same water input, regardless of whether water comes from the hydrant or is drawn from an open extinguishing water supply. All supply hoses are now coupled to a single point. The AT served as a benchmark here and is now making the technology available to its lighter brother. Harmonization on the one hand and high variance on the other. The CT frame was developed to exist between these two worlds. The CT frame can be mounted on both a van and a truck chassis. The van variant would be either the MB, Sprinter, or the Iveco Daily. The truck variant, either the MAN TGL, the Mercedes-Benz Atego, or the Volvo FL. In terms of the crew cabin, the CT frame covers both the integrated double cabin variant and the original chassis double cabin variant. Let me quickly present a few of those variants in greater detail. First of all, the CT frame on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. This vehicle is perfectly suited for all fire departments that require a lot of power in a limited space. A superstructure with the integrated double cabin, available in 2 lengths, is installed in the Sprinter. The short version is for crew up to 1 + 4 people. The long version for a crew of up to 1 + 8 people. The Sprinter is available as a 2- or 4-wheel drive with a wheelbase of 3,665 millimeters. The narrow version has a width of only 2,100 millimeters. The slightly wider one, 2,220 millimeters. Next, I want to move on to the CT frame on a MAN TGL. Vehicles of this variant are excellently suited for urban operations. On the latest generation TGL, we install a body with an integrated double cabin for a crew of up to 1 + 8 people. The TGL is available as 2-wheel drive, with wheelbase ranging from 3,300 millimeters to 3,900 millimeters. The CT frame in this variant has a width of 2,350 millimeters. This picture shows a CT frame that has been put through its paces, mounted on a Mercedes-Benz Atego chassis, also ideally suited for urban operations. The body-related data of this CT frame are identical to those of the CT frame on the MAN TGL. And finally, in this series, I'd like to introduce the CT frame on a Volvo FL. Pictured here is a very simple variant with great potential for cost efficiency, because the Volvo FL is realized with the original chassis double cabin for a crew of up to 1 + 5 people. The Volvo FL is available as a 2-wheel drive with wheelbases of 3,500 millimeters or 3,800 millimeters. The CT frame in this variant is built with a width of 2,500 millimeters. So, those were my personal CT frame highlights. To round things off, I've brought a picture of the entire new municipal product family, from small to large, from rescue to extinguishing vehicle. The standardization of key functional and operating aspects will help you quickly find your way around any Rosenbauer vehicle. The operator will be instantly familiar with the gear and thus feel right at home. To conclude the presentation, I'd like to show you another very short video. Join me, will you, on this full-speed ride. Thank you, Peter, for your presentation of compact technology and the CT frame. Let me briefly summarize the most important points. The CT frame is available between 5.5 and 14 tons, with a wide variety of chassis. There is no need for a subframe, and there are fewer internal transversal walls, which makes for greater space efficiency and lower weight. In addition, the shutters extend down to the ground for easier removal. There is a wide variety of pumps and foam proportioning systems available. There is a central water supply, and there is also the new display screen. Did I forget anything? And the new LED lighting concept, of course. That's right. In short, compact, lightweight, and still featuring everything that a modern municipal vehicle must have. For more information, please visit rosenbauer.com. You can also discover the CT frame for yourself in the 3D walkaround, which you will find by scrolling down below this webinar. Or you can talk to our product managers in our website's chat room throughout Rosenbauer's online product days. Thank you and take care. Goodbye.